Welcome back, guys, to the second episode of Breaking Point. I know I've been slacking, but here we go.
A solid start, Aiden. Let's try and push it further.
Copy that. Where's Casper?
He's up ahead. Let's try and bring you two closer together.
So the Aussie Grand Prix, we have 9 laps to go, and our objective is to catch AKKERMAN before lap 11. Driving the 2020 Haas. Now, I've looked at this story, I haven't looked at all the scenes of other creators. I've tried to ignore it to basically surprise myself. But the one thing that I haven't seen anyone else do is pick the Haas team.
You're 4 places down on Casper.
I don't think Haas was a team that you would choose coming into this year to have a story on. It was a pretty dead team. But I'm guessing because it's sort of a unofficial Ferrari academy and you want to have the story of Aiden Jackson wants to drive for Ferrari because we chose Haas. Perhaps that's why. If we chose Racing Point, I think the game would say Mercedes. Anyways, coming up on Ricardo here. Fairly solid overtake. At this point of recording this, I was already getting used to the physics and the feel of the 2021 cars, and this is sort of a throwback to last year in this game. I don't know if it's a placebo effect of it being the 2021 car but with the 2020 livery, but it certainly felt a bit different. This was also the first time me driving Australia without the racing line, so I'm losing a lot of time on every corner, basically trying to go for feel rather than a perfect breaking point reference. To overtake Giovinazzi, we are heading towards AKKERMAN, and we have to overtake Butler. So far into chapter 1 and the F2 run, we haven't really seen much of him. They sort of hyped the story about it being about him in some way, the villain returns, but not so much action yet. I'm hoping to see more of him later down the series. We should have DRS on him on the next DRS zone. Also, a theme you might see throughout my videos is that my in-game UI is changing quite a bit. I haven't really found a comfortable place for all of it yet. I know many people, the vast majority of people, drive with just how it is. I like to have things as small as possible and out of the way as possible, so I have more space to focus on references for braking and all that. That's why in the upcoming videos you're gonna see it change quite a bit. But here we are gonna try a overtake on him. Not a convenient place to overtake, I think, for Australia, but we managed to do that. Skip ahead to the next lap because there was nothing really there to show. Coming up on AKKERMAN here, and the objective does say catch up to AKKERMAN. Wasn't really sure if you were supposed to overtake him.
What a brilliant Australian Grand Prix this has been, but there's still plenty of time for more drama.
There certainly is, Crofty, and these two have been fighting each other incredibly hard so far. They don't want to go tripping over each other though, because Devon Butler is coming up from behind. He's on the attack too.
Aiden, Casper's not your priority. We need you to defend.
It's okay.
I've got this.
Here comes Butler. 3 abreast going into turn 11. Oh, this can't work! And it doesn't! Ackerman's off onto the verge of what looks like damage as well.
Is he okay? Is Casper okay?
He'll be fine, he's heading for the pits now. You just concentrate on the race.
And there we have it. Sure, there's going to be fireworks in the Haas garage tonight.
There will be, Crofty, for sure. Look, it was a late move from Devon Butler, but you never want to see two teammates make contact, and Ackerman will surely be seething at that one.
Absolutely, and I tell you who else isn't going to be happy too. Aiden Jackson, not how his F1 race debut should have gone.
The damage appears to be minor. How's it feeling, Aiden?
Yeah, car's okay.
Understood. See how well you can do out there.
Copy.
The gap to the car behind is 2.0 seconds.
So we basically pushed Casper into the gutters. I don't know if he DNF'd. I can still see him racing on the map, but that was interesting. Also, I think this guy talks a bit too much when he's racing. It's not quite realistic. Like he sounds a bit like he's cruising and he's driving an F1 car. But perhaps that's just how I listen to it. People might have different opinions on that. But here, I wasn't sure if I was doing anything or driving really bad, but I couldn't catch Butler. Like as soon as I made a dent in the delta between us, it would bounce right back up. So yeah, I think it finishes the way it looks right now with me in P11. But yeah, overall I really enjoyed that cutscene.
Butler ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 2.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 10 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:31.7. You're closing in by 3 seconds a lap.
That also goes to show what I was saying there earlier. I'm driving way faster than him. But I would never catch him. It was really weird. I don't know, no comments about that. This was recorded pre-race, the Hungarian race, and I'm commentating it after. And on my second screen here I can see Sebastian Vettel getting disqualified for the race in a P2 position, which is really, at least a really bad taste, because apparently it's for a fuel issue. I don't know, I really hoped he would be able to keep that position and that Aston Martin contests that decision, but here we go, checkered flag, lap 15, P11.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Yeah, it was nice driving
Another superb Australian Grand Prix comes to an end, and it's a thoroughly deserved victory. What a start to the season this has been. A fascinating race here in Australia, Ant.
The top teams as ever continue to push the boundaries of the sport, and it'll be interesting to see how the new Haas driver Aiden Jackson settles in, especially after that early incident involving his teammate.
Well, we've certainly seen rivalries born from less. Suffice to say, if you came into the 2020 season hoping for a bit of drama, it looks like you won't be disappointed. Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
When the fuck did they last update like the player models? Lewis hasn't had short hair for such a long time, and there's no way that like tiny little cap of his is hiding all the dreads. So come on, Codemasters, do your shit. Work a little. post-race. Is this gonna be another cutscene?
Casper, listen, I don't know what happened out there. It wasn't my fault.
Well, whose fault was it then? Who was the idiot behind the wheel of your car, hmm? You're pathetic. You won't even admit when you made a mistake. How did they ever sign you?
Oh, Butler. Devon, I didn't see you there.
What, like, out on the track today? You nearly took me out, mate.
Look, I don't know what happened. You cut in, I swerved. Next thing I knew, Casper was out.
Whoa. Mate, I was nothing to do with it. Whatever that was all on you. Don't be trying to pass the blame, because you haven't settled in yet.
I mean, it's kinda true. You don't
Sorry, Aiden.
make it
Just
3
bear with
wide.
us 1 sec.
No problem.
I think that's really just a case of rookie driver, rookie mistakes. These cars are a bit different to what Aiden's used to in F2.
You seem to find your feet quite quickly after you graduated from Formula 2. What advice would you give to Jackson in his first season?
Well, stay out of my way mostly. And taking out your own teammate isn't something I would make a habit of.
Almost ready, Aiden. We're just checking audio levels.
Sure.
Seriously, Casper must be wondering what on earth Haas were thinking.
That's great. Thanks, Devon.
Yeah.
Okay, Aiden. Let's
That's
talk
kinda
about that
cringe.
incident with your teammate.
The pistol finger gesture. I think they made that cringe on purpose. I'm guessing we're receiving a phone call here any moment. Yeah, there we go.
Brian.
Talk to me. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Listen, what happened out there today? I had it all under control and then...
Look, let's not go through all that now. We'll talk about it at the debrief.
Right, yeah.
I was actually talking about your little run-in with Casper and Butler over in the paddock.
Oh, wow. News travels fast.
The paddock talks, Aiden. Besides, I've got ears like a hawk. Listen, Butler's a clown. The man's ego is bigger than a... No, I've got nothing. Don't give it a second thought.
Thanks, Brian.
But Casper? Yes, he can get a little hot-headed, especially after a race. But you have got to work with him. That maneuver today...
Wasn't my fault, Brian.
It probably cost us points. I'll level with you. A lot of people on the team are disappointed, Aiden. And I'll be saying as much to Casper. Now, learn from it and move on. But you can't let it happen again. I'll see you at the debrief.
I mean, it was still Aiden's fault. Making it too wide, basically pushing out your own teammate near the apex of a corner. Collecting some rewards here. Battle Pass level 23. I've been spamming this game, to be fair. Let's see if we can see some tweets from some IRL guys here. TM at Marduk. Jackson, this is fine. We're basically talking about a sandwich. I think the whole UI here for the story mode could use a little bit of change, because like, to me this TV here serves no purpose. The social one, like the iPad thing, could use a bit of work, and the email system could use a little bit of work. But this is where I will end this episode. This has been episode 2 of Breaking Point. I am looking to release like the rest of the episodes soon, so if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. And I will see you guys at the next episode. Take care, peace out.